This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
The poems of Blake emphasize the rebellious mood with a combination of religious and mystic frames. Social conflicts that have arisen in the era of the Industrial Revolution in England confused the perception of Blake. Through the years, the author got a new vision of his poems, which was expressed by the difference between the imagery of introductions and the songs of nurse and the songs of innocence and songs of experience. The author expresses his own perception of the world. The use of imagery helps Blake to represent the image of nature as the main character of the songs. Imagery as a set of mental pictures or images is the main characteristic of poetry. Analyzing the works of William Blake, we can find such characteristics as visual imagery, kinetic imagery, personification, and metaphor. Visual imagery is the most important characteristic of both works. Analyzing the introductions, we can notice that the introduction of experience contains more visual imagery than the introduction of innocence. In the introduction of innocence, we find such examples as piping down the valleys wild, piping songs of pleasant glee, on a cloud I saw a child. The visual imagery of the introduction of experience, the bard, who walked among the ancient trees, fallen light renew. The last quatrain presents a consistent visual imagery. Turn away no more. Why wilt thou turn away? The starry floor, the watery shore, is given thee till the break of day. In the nurse's song of the innocence, we can find more visual imagery than in the nurse's song of the experience. In the sky, the little birds fly, the hills are all covered with sheep. An example of visual imagery of the nurse's song in the experience, my face turns green and pale. We can make the conclusion that Blake pays more attention to the visual characteristics in the song of experience. I think that the use of visual imagery emphasizes the infinity of Blake's imagination. Word choice is very important to the author. He treats them as live beings which can coexist only in cooperation with other live creatures. The holy word of the introduction of the Song of Experience is an example of kinetic imagery. However, Blake doesn't use this imagery often. He prefers to use personification to show the vitality of the lifeless things. In the poems, we can find the following examples: the days rise, the morning appears, the sun is gone, earth returns and arises, the morn rises, and light fades away. The use of personification helps to create the whole picture and to add action. All poems are full of metaphors. The holy word walked among the trees, calling the lapsed soul and weeping in the evening dew. The holy word might control the starry pole. The morning appears in the skies. The main metaphor of the nurse's song is the image of the nurse as the metaphor of nature, which cares about her children, people. Metaphor is one of the most important elements of poetry, which shows us the form and expression of Blake's poems. The origin of the Songs of Innocence is a pastoral which portrays the rural existence in a very simple way. That is why satire inevitably comes to mind while reading the songs, especially the nurse's song. The origin of the songs explains the use of imagery by the author. The Songs of Innocence and Songs of Experience are the ode of nature that cares about people and tries to show the way of morality. The use of imagery helps Blake to expose the theme of the songs and to make poems rich and original. The fundamental importance of the imagery consists in the reflection of the specific Blake's attitude to the theme of his songs. Did you like this imagery and theme in William Blake's poems sample? To get more works like this one, make sure to check out the database of academic paper examples at ivypanda.com. You will find thousands of samples for all your study needs.